Hello Gemini, and welcome to my channel White Angel Messages. I'm Angel. This is the Jack and Jill O'Lantern Love Bonus reading for Halloween 2025. It will cover October 25th to November 2nd. First, we'll take a look at the dates that are favorable and not favorable for love. Then we're going to get some messages from the tarot. For a complete reading, or something does not resonate with this particular video, just check out your 4 major placements, your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. All the links to those videos are down below in the description box, along with the timestamps for your convenience. Okay, Gemini, we have a beautiful sky above us because, as you know, if you've seen the other Taroscope readings, Venus is in Libra, and she will be in it for this entire reading. And if you remember, or if you did not see it, Venus in Libra brings an explosion of romance because Libra brings in harmony, justice, balance, and beauty into a situation, into a love relationship, because Libra is a sign of relationships, and our Venus, our goddess of love, putting that together, it can only mean an explosion of romance. So if you're looking for a fairy tale ending like the happily ever after, that too is possible. Okay, let's start taking a look at our cosmic lovers, Venus and Mars. Venus, that symbolizes and governs love, beauty, and harmony, while Mars symbolizes passion, drives the desire, and the physical energy. Our cosmic lovers are the ones that we have to look at to determine our romantic desires, the attractions, and to see all the forces that are at work in our intimate relationships. So what do you think the sky above us is going to be like? If Venus is in Libra, you kind of already know, right? Yeah. Okay, let's start off the first day with our first beautiful green heart. On the 25th, what's going on? Well, Venus is in Libra, of course, and she will be sextiling with the moon in Sagittarius. A perfect day for love, for relationships, and even very strong commitments such as marriage. If you're single, your social life will have a beautiful flow of love. Let's just put it this way. Anyone you meet, things will go well. You can choose. Okay, is that okay? It's a great day to meet new people. There's actually happiness in the air on the 25th. And should someone suggest a blind date, say yes, because even that will go well. That's how good that day is. Then on the 28th, we have another day which is partially green and partially caution. Okay, why? Well, I think one of the two is not in a good mood. Let's go see which one. Venus is in Libra still, but she is squaring with the moon in Capricorn. There it is. Okay. It's not a good time to actually do any bonding things, like to bond emotionally with someone. The female energies are easily irritated or argumentative or even aggressive. Okay. So how can we change this partially yellow to green? Well, let's go take a look at what Mars is doing and if Mars can handle it. Mars is going to be in Scorpio and will sextile with the moon in Capricorn, which means strong vitality, great enthusiasm, acting with decision, and has this great love of life. Okay? Basically here, you can make all the right emotional decisions. So, if you can do that, you can actually manage the irritability of Venus in some manner. Okay? Mars and Scorpio will also trine with Jupiter, which means a lot of strong vitality. You're going to have this drive to do things really well, and you can communicate well with the opposite sex. So you can communicate well with your partner. You could manage it, okay? You know your partner, you know what you can say, what you can't say, the decisions that you can make, and therefore you can actually transform this partially green heart into a completely green heart. Okay, let's continue. Another green heart. Does this surprise you? Not me, because Venus is in Libra. I already know that the sky above us is full of love, of harmony, of balance, of justice. It's all there. The 29th, we have Mars in Scorpio, which will trine with Saturn in Pisces. This trine is going to give a lot of high endurance energy, great enthusiasm, taking action, having that energy. And the particularity, not just simply loving life, but the particularity is that you will also be able to think rationally when it comes to your emotions, meaning that you can provide a very grounded and stable energy of love. Okay? And that is something that is always appreciated from your partner. In fact, let's continue with the green hearts. Like I said, it's a great moment for love. On the 30th, we have Venus in Libra, which receives all this grounded energy, and she will trine with the moon in Aquarius. Great day for love, for marriage, commitments. It's a really unique aspect because we have Libra and Aquarius as two air signs, which are so compatible. And so it's a great time to get married. Yes, I know it's Devil's Night. The 30th of October is Devil's Night. So who gets married on Devil's Night? Well, whoever consults the stars and says, give me a good time for everything to go well, okay? On the 30th, love is reliable. It's grounded, it's founded, it's trustworthy. People are in a great mood. No one wants to fight. No one wants conflict. Everybody's simply happy. It's one of those autumn days where the leaves are golden and people are just smiling. That's what it is. Okay, up to midnight. Okay, the next one is Halloween. And this is where, if you saw my post, it said trick or treat for Halloween. What do you think? We're going to turn over the 31st. And it's a red one. Sorry, no treat this year. Okay, let's go see what happens this year on Halloween. Mars is in Scorpio and it will square with the moon in Aquarius. Yeah, our god of war is in a bad mood. Okay. He can be very argumentative, very hasty, very quickly, impetuous, disagreements with their partner very easily. It could be due to either repressed emotions or being very moody, okay? So let's translate this into practical terms. Are you going to a Halloween party where you're masqueraded, for example? Because this is really typical of the 31st, right? The Halloween parties. If that should happen, and you're having something to drink, and maybe you had a little bit too much, and you're dancing, you're having fun, and you innocently go up to the wrong vampire because you're all wearing costumes and happen to hug him and kiss him and then realize that it's the wrong vampire, and the right vampire has seen all of this, they may not like it, okay? So, they may not like it, and that's when the disagreements come up, okay? That's when everything boils, okay? So, if you're going to go to a Halloween party all masqueraded, either wear something very unique or go on Devil's Night on the 30th and everything will go smoothly, okay? You will not find the wrong vampire, the wrong ghost or werewolf or whatever. You will be partnered up perfectly and things will go well. Last day on the 2nd of November. Take a look at the sky. It is all green hearts go, except for Halloween. And this one a little bit, but you can manage that one. Look at this sky. Could this not be any better? Okay. When Venus goes into Libra, she leaves her mark. Okay. On the 2nd of November, we have Mars in Scorpio, which will trine with the moon in Pisces. It gives you great willpower, courage, practical action, and there's just going to be this openness and this truth regarding love. You're going to be open. They'll be open. They'll tell the truth. Everything comes out. Okay. It's just great. It's just a fantastic day. And that's when the bonding occurs. That's when people, bond better, get closer because they're just simply open and they just tell it like it is. Okay, Gemini, with this in mind, let's take a look at what the cards have for you in love. What important messages for you to be happy in love from Spirit. Let's see. What do we have for our Geminis? Spirit, Geminis in love during the holiday season of Halloween. And in the meantime, happy Halloween, Gemini. Okay. Oh, this is good. It is the Three of Swords in the reverse. So we have positive emotions coming from either forgiving someone or reconciliation, some sort of emotion that comes out that you've been keeping in. Maybe you had love for someone that was internalized and you didn't pull it out, but you're pulling it out. Okay, so either something did happen, but it's all over. Okay, I'm seeing you guys getting back together. There's forgiveness, reconciliation. It's positive. It's a really positive card. And take a look at that. Our next little ghost is smiling away, looking at the sun. The Page of Wands. Okay, at this point, you guys are getting back together. Whatever hardship happened or whatever disagreement, it's over. Overdone in the past. And here comes all the excitement, the adventures starting to go out, saying, okay, forget about that. Let's just, Venus and Libra have done what they're supposed to do. Okay, they're balancing things out. They've put us back together the way we were supposed to be. And it's time that we go out and enjoy life, right? There's a lot of fearlessness and openness. I'm feeling, guys, simply happy, like this little ghost, very cheerful. Okay, this is really good. Really good holiday. Wow. Okay. Holiday season. Okay, they all came out. Let's take it as it is like this. So, okay. This one remained in my hands, so I'm going to go with this one. The 7 of Coins is now picking up your rewards. Because you guys healed, because you got over this, and now you're picking yourselves up with a lot of positivity, now you're going to reap the rewards of this, right? This is growth. This is progress. This is something that's like saying, good, that's what you were supposed to do. This is like the positive thing to do to grow, become wiser, more mature. And this is where your experiences together are going to give you the results. Okay. And let's go see. We have the so-called teacher. This is the Hierophant, which talks to me about tradition. And when we have Venus in the sign of Libra, and we talk about tradition, we're talking about commitments and marriage. We're talking about considering something very important. Okay. It's the balancing. It's the fairy tale endings, if you want it. It's the happily ever after. This is being taken into consideration because the harvest is coming in. You've grown and you said, okay, so what do we do now? Let's get serious. Let's think about it. Okay. That's coming through. This is tradition, and that's what you actually traditionally do. Then we have the moon in the reverse. Okay. There's clarity. There's definitely clarity. There could be also a touch of anxiety because you're touching a serious note, but you're starting to have a lot of understandings and a lot of clarity of things that you didn't see before. It's making you wiser, Gemini. Definitely making you wiser. Okay, the 4 of Wands is in the reverse for a moment. There's some sort of instability, just a touch here. Most likely because this is an important step. Someone is actually considering it. And it's an important step, and it's sort of it unphases you just a bit. Okay, we don't know if it's actually going to happen or not, but with this kind of sky, it could come out. The discussion could come out, the proposal could come out, the idea, simply let's talk about it, could come out. Okay, so maybe you may not have been expecting it. Queen of Sticks, the Queen of Wands, okay? One of the two is very confident. One of the two is very optimistic, okay? Is it you? Is it them? You know that. And we have the Ace of Coins in the reverse, okay? The Ace of Coins in the reverse tells me that someone is scared. Someone is confident and someone is scared. Okay, does this surprise me? No, because that's why Venus goes into Libra, to balance things out. Okay, if this should happen, Gemini, okay, and you're the one that's feeling the imbalance and maybe not so secure, because see how these two are around the figure, the energy that is confident and secure, okay? Because around this figure is the other one that's going, yeah, maybe, but maybe later. Maybe I'm not ready. Maybe I am. Okay. There's simply a little bit of imbalance. Okay. Let Libra do what she's supposed to do. Let Libra balance it out in love. Be open. Be honest. Talk about it. Because that is how the balance comes in. Let's see if any other cards come out. Oh, yeah, they did. Okay. 2 cards did come out. Good. 2 of Blades. There we go. See? Indecision. Someone is anxious. Someone is undecided. Like, oh my God, but what if I do the wrong thing? Okay. Don't worry about it. The truth will be revealed. I'm picking up that whatever it is that you need to know, it'll come out. Okay. I think it's just a question of one of the two being nervous, not knowing something, or needing a little bit of reassurance. And that's it. And then the 4 of Blades. Okay, this is the recovering. Okay, finally it's like saying, okay, but maybe yes, maybe no, etc. Okay. And then once that comes out, because like I said, truth comes out, the information comes out, you have the recovery. Okay. And you're going to be awakening to the person in question will be awakening at this point. I'm saying, okay, now I'm starting to see it the way you're seeing it. And then what happens from here, that's up to you, Gemini. You decide, okay? Because we all have free will. So, like I wrote in the post, you can have the happily ever after if you wish, but that's only if you want it to happen. Otherwise, this is still your life and you still have perfect control over it. If you don't feel 100% ready, maybe it's not this moment, because this moment when Venus goes into Libra is to balance things out. The happily ever after can wait. It can happen, but not right now. Maybe it'll happen later. Maybe it's the first step towards it. You don't have to rush it. In any case, I'm not seeing any cards here that are saying go for it right away, right now. No, the rewards are coming in, okay? And this idea of commitment comes out. So, yes, there is an imbalance, but that's perfectly normal. That's why Libra's here, to balance things out. So let Libra do her thing. And then when this happens, it happens. Okay, Gemini, happy Halloween. In the meantime, thank you so much for being with me. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing. And I'll catch you on the next one. Bye-bye for now from Angel.